Hello, everybody. Welcome to the city of Tokyo. This is Odaiba. This is a very famous spot in the city of Tokyo to come and see the sunset. Very romantic. You'd come here with a date, except the Olympics have sort of, I don't know, how do you say, hijacked the area? And the foreign press is quarantining in the Hilton near here. And they pretty much fenced the entire area where you would get best view of the sunset. Now, this is not too shabby either, and the title is a little tongue-in-cheek, but I thought it was just funny to come here and bring you the same sunset and sunrise that you're seeing on the Today Show, for example, hijacked by Savannah Guthrie and the crew up there. Never mind that. We can still pretty much get a good sense of it, and in about 10 minutes or so, the colors should really start to change. And I wanted to do this today because this is the actual start of the Olympics. Today, the softball events went on up in Fukushima, as well as some soccer games, I believe, football, and it's underway. So I'll turn the camera on for a second. How you doing? It's really hot. I'm melting here, but I wanted to change the tone of everything. Look, the games are going to take place whether you like it or not. So I'm going to stay really positive, put all my energy into bringing you to the venue, to beautiful spots like this that you ordinarily could not come to. You can already, the media is up here, and they are all getting those beautiful sunset spots from this beautiful area reserved for the media. It's not fair. I want to go up there. Oh gosh. But I will tell you this, at the hotel on the other side, or was it up on the roof? I did go up there for NHK, and I got the best shot of the lights being turned on Tokyo Tower about 10 years ago. We watched the sunset from where a lot of the foreign media are quarantining. You'll see, I've been here for a little bit. I've seen some people go out to the balcony to get the shots for their news network with the city of Tokyo in the background. But of course, I'm going to bring you to the best spots. This is what you watch only in Japan go for. And I've been waiting for this for years, to be able to take you on a trip around the city of Tokyo during the Olympics, pandemic or not. This is going to happen, folks, and we're going to have a lot of fun. In the next, I think we're about 4 minutes away. The colors should start to really light up. And one of the other reasons I'm coming here is to get a shot for the postcard club for our Patreon backers. Every month I give out a postcard. This one would be pretty epic to get the sunset here. So you're live with me in Tokyo on the 21st, which is the opening ceremony is on the 23rd in 48 hours from now, but actually the events have already started. Little Leo and I, my son, were watching the softball games earlier. I'll put a picture of that on Instagram in a few hours. It's kind of funny. He was I think he's interested with anything that's on TV, but was fascinated with softball. I was doing play-by-play, not knowing any of the players, kind of making up names for them. Tokugawa Ieyasu was one of the players, teaching him about history and softball at the same time. Wow, it's going to be really pretty. They light up the rings here. And another reason I wanted to come here is, if you are following me on Instagram, you'll notice that I brought you to a park a couple of days ago, and I turned the camera around and showed you Odaiba, which was in the distance, and the Fuji TV building it looked like there was a party going on here with strobe lights and all these colors on there, and that's going to be really interesting to bring you that too. I'm going to put chapter markers in the playlist. There's the Fuji TV building here. I'm now doing this off of 5G, by the way, or 4G premium, so I hope the signal is strong and clear. So I believe in about 30 minutes or so, the lights are going to really make this building dance. At least that's what I saw a couple of days ago. Now, there are a few people out here. I don't think they're the foreign press, but I have seen some cameramen sneaking out from here into this zone. That's not a really big buffer zone. Into this zone, and then taking some pictures here, and then jumping back across the fence. There's a guard over there to make sure that we can't get into that area, which is a shame. He doesn't look too intimidating. Maybe I could make a run for it. Throw a stone to the right, he turns, I run to the left. That wouldn't work, we're live. This spot here is probably the best. Check it out. That's what I'm talking about. This is HDR. iPhone is bringing you this in HDR. Look at it. Wow, look at that sun. It's starting to go down there. The colors are starting to change. Aloha, John. It's nice to be back and catch a live episode. Mahalo. Thank you, Sean 808. Yeah, this is like screensaver quality. I'm looking up there, you can see, I don't know if anybody on the foreign media is watching. If you are, come on out and you can just wave to me and I will I'll put you on the air. How about that? It's a little reverse psychology here. All right, let me go back here and bring you the sky is burning. So I would say that this sunset for me marks the start of the Olympics because the games have started over there in Fukushima, and tomorrow Peter and I are going to be going to the Olympic Stadium in the morning. So you're going to want to click the subscribe button. At the Olympic Stadium, Peter he might announce something which is really big news. So you might want to, I don't know if he can announce it or not, but you're going to want to tune in tomorrow, and hopefully we can catch some of the rehearsal of the opening ceremony tomorrow morning at the Olympic Stadium. So I might not be able to get into any of the venues. I will take you as far as I can possibly go. We're going to challenge the system and stay safe. But we're going to challenge the system, and if I can, I'm going to take you as deep into it as we can. Now, when I was riding my bicycle here across the river, I could see across the bay, I could see into the some of the events. So that means that with a zoom lens and my Sony A1 in 8K, I probably can get a pretty good view into the events from a distance. So I will be a spectator, one way or another. They can't take this away from me. I refuse to get on. Wow, I'm so happy to be sharing this sunset with all of you. This is Tokyo Live. A little bit after 6:30, I think. Hey, there's our buddy Michael Sassano. Thank you for taking us on a beautiful sunset live stream. You're very welcome, and I'm so happy that you're here. So there's the Statue of Liberty over there in the distance. Do you see that right there? Lady Liberty. She's cheering on the American team, probably. And after the sun goes down, I will take you around here. I'll put some chapter lists to help you see the sunset, the best time for it. John going crazy as the sky turns purple. Stay tuned. In the next 5 minutes, you will see that too. So if I pan over here, you see some of the Olympic logos. Now, this white tarp, it blocks us from going onto the beach. So normally you'd be able to walk straight this direction to where the Statue of Liberty is, but it's all blocked off. And I didn't know if I could even come to this spot, but I came as far as I could possibly come. There's the Rainbow Bridge in the distance, and you can see the cars going by there. Tokyo Towers just between the two towers of the Rainbow Bridge there. Congratulations to the Milwaukee Bucks. Go Bucks, I can say that, because I'm a Buckeye. Wow, that's so pretty. I did not know that we'd be able to get to see the sun this clearly, right, sitting on the horizon there. According to a little shrine, this would make this the land of the shrinking sun. Sinking sun. I mean, sinking sun. But this is the land of the rising sun. It gets bright at 4:30 in the morning. So I might bring you a 4:30 in the morning live stream, which would not make anybody in my family happy, but it does feel very eerie in the morning to be bright and 4:15, which is great for the visiting press who probably have jet lag. Yeah, there's a reason why they call this the land of the rising sun. It's because maybe the sun just rises really early. There's no daylight savings times. Oh, there's the military. Wonder what they're doing here. Yeah, I remember when I first moved here in 1998. July 11th is my Japan anniversary, and I was pretty jet lagged. Woke up at 3, and then the sun came up at 4:15, and I got to see the first sunrise. That was really unique. And since then, I haven't seen too many of them because I just can't get up that early. There's another one. Interesting. The beauty of the sunset is when the sky starts to change colors, and that's probably going to happen in the next couple of minutes as the sun completely disappears, and then the sky above gets really bright. Again, the best spot would be on the balcony, and I do see a couple of media there making sure they can catch the talents or the reporters. Look at that! Every balcony has some foreign press there. That is interesting. Look at that. Do you see that? Every single room has somebody from the foreign press catching the sunset with a report going on of what's been going on in the city of Tokyo. There's some directors and producers. If you're watching this, wave at me and I will wave back at you. No one's watching, only in Japan Go. Really? Especially on YouTube. Carlos Mitchell's local NBC station is here. Wow. That's great. There it goes. All right, it's a digital zoom, but you get the idea. Let's see if I can stabilize it. Hold on. Wow, that's so pretty. Say goodbye to July 21, 2020. There it is right there. Just one last drop. That's it. Now the sky really starts to come alive, and then I believe they turn the lights on around 7 p.m. And then you have about 3 or 4 minutes of really beautiful Tokyo skyline colors. Sky is still kind of blue, kind of purple, and the lights are on. There's another military van. And there's one of those Tokyo 20. Wow. It's filled with a bunch of dudes. Wow, it's interesting to see what's happening in the city. All right, the lights are starting to warm up behind me. at the Fuji TV building. So something's gonna happen over there. So you're gonna stay tuned. I will bring you that story because it looked like a party was happening and just wanted to find the party. Oh, here comes one of those jet foils. Wilson writes in, kaiju spotted in the ocean. That's why the military's here. Could be. If one were to attack, this would be an interesting time to do it. The whole foreign media is here. Wow, it's pretty. It's gonna get even better. Again, this is as far as I can go. Unless I check into the Hilton, which is weird because, yeah, everyone is quarantining. How does that look with the 5G? Do you see any differences? Is this all of a sudden in 4K? What do you think? How do you feel? Does the 5G make a big difference? No. No, Ashibrad's like, no. No, not really. It was really hard to activate the 5G, but I don't know. Still 720p, but maybe it's a clearer 720p. I don't know. As long as it's not Minecraft. Yeah. I don't see Savannah Guthrie. She was talking about how she had to take PCR tests every day. No one's waving at me. That's a shame. The best sunset spots are just over here, though. You'd be able to get the rings with the bridge and Tokyo Tower, but we can't go there. That's another reason why this wedding chapel is here too, by the way. That's where people get hitched. Hilton makes a lot of money off of that, and now people are starting to accumulate here at this famous sunset spot. Wow, it seems really surreal that finally, after all of this time waiting, the Olympics is here, doesn't it? Alan BR writes in here, looks a little better version of 360p with 5G. It should be, 720p is not that bad. Ideally, 1080p would be better, but I checked the signal. It's well over 400 gigabytes per second or something. It's basically breaking the internet right now. It's so fast. It's YouTube that's really throttling this. YouTube app won't let me do 1080p. Maybe if I talk in a calm, cool, collected voice, YouTube will listen to this and push a button at the headquarters and release the 1080p. Dear app team, this is John, the YouTuber. He requests in a kind voice that you push the button and release the 1080p for 5G full HD access during the Olympics. Thank you. Oh, there's one of the coppers down there. He's keeping us safe. I've never felt so safe than I have been in the last, I don't know, few days. The security everywhere is both scary and assuring that should anything happen, there's a security member of the security forces right nearby. Now we're starting to see some of the colors. You have the heat over there, the red fire of the clouds in the distance, and the cool purple. I'm just a little disappointed. Hey, rings, light up. When the Olympic rings light up and the bridge lights up, wow. Brain Freak Cow 12 is in the house, and he says, much clearer, John. We're going to be testing out the iPhone 12 Pro's low light capabilities too. Says a lot better than the 11 Pro. Forgot my tripod too. Shame I had left that at home. I'm probably going to be back at this spot to take another sunset picture. I think the sunset could do better. All right, the lights just came on here. Look, that was not on 10 seconds ago. So that means at any second, all the lights are going to go on. The whole city is going to light. And if this were Walt Disney World, there'd be fireworks, laser shows, and Mickey would come on a floating boat and wave at us. But in better days. Hey, down here, here's a little to help fund a slightly larger with a slightly larger trunk. That's gonna go down as one of the best jokes of the year, Chad. The Tokyo Sky Tree, really pretty rings as well. It's lit up in colors. All around the city, there were scheduled to be events, but almost all of them were canceled. So I'm trying to dig deep and try to find something to bring you, to keep you entertained, because like the foreign press can't cover everything. I got to fill in the gaps with some unique, creative events of my own if I have to. Like an Olympic gachapon binge. That would be a lot of fun. Maybe Eric Surf 6 would like to join me on a gachapon binge. Could also do the Yamanote line race. One time around the entire Yamanote line is is a little bit over a full marathon. I think it's 44 kilometers long around the Yamanote line. Roz, I'm most excited to see the skateboarding and the surfing and the events that aren't traditional, because they're not going to be at Paris at the next Olympics. So I really am excited about the other events. And the BMX is going to be really interesting to see. Ichiro Yamamoto writes in, today was really hot, wasn't it? It actually was. It was around 34, 35 degrees and quite humid. Right now, folks, we're live. We're watching the sunset in Tokyo. Very soon, they're going to turn on the lights of the Rainbow Bridge and Tokyo Tower. The lights just... All right, breaking news. The lights on Tokyo Tower have just gone on. It takes them a minute to warm up. When I did a report there, they were still using incandescent light bulbs, not LEDs, so those light bulbs took a long time to light up. They had to like warm up. And I watched the guy who was changing the light bulb on Tokyo Tower. It was a Godzilla-sized light bulb. Basically, he was hugging the light bulb and turning his waist to get it out of the socket. I think they were made by Toshiba. thought that was interesting. All right, that's pretty good news. And I know the Rainbow Bridge is very beautiful when the light comes on for that too. So the ring should, the ring should have gone on by now. Tokyo Tower used to be taller than the Eiffel Tower, but I think it's shorter now. They reduced it. There was some damage to the top of the antenna after the 2011 earthquake. The top of it was bent, and I don't know if they repaired it, but it used to be 333 meters, and I think it's reduced a couple of meters. I'm not sure exactly. There might be, you might want to check on that, but that was one of the prides of Tokyo Tower. It's not as imposing a structure, but it was taller. Now it might not be there. So the iPhone 12 Pro doing a good job with the HDR. Nice blue and purple colors. Lovely clouds. Noda notices them, beautiful clouds. We just got them. The rings came on. Oh, they're white right now. I think they're adjusting to the LED colors now. Oh, that's so awesome. You're seeing this live. The Olympic rings. And the water starting to turn red around it from the sunset. So right now the rings are no particular color. They're kind of white. You see just a slight tinge. Slight yellow, slight green, slight blue up there in the upper left. Right at 6 o'clock Japan time. Wow. Everyone's taking pictures right now. I wish I could sing the Olympic theme song, but that's copyrighted. Dun 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 dun. If you change one tune, you can get on. Dun dun. It's 7 o'clock, not 6 p.m. 7 p.m. here. That's interesting. So it takes a little time for the Olympic rings to change to the color. Right now it's just a white. So I'm gonna pan out and you can see the whole skyline. Now I would be able to go to another spot by the Hilton, but the foreign press has taken over that spot and kind of hijacked the entire hotel of the Hilton Hotel, and we can't get into the best sunset spot. But this is the best that we can do. So, yeah, I'd like to take you to a better spot, but you can blame the foreign media. You know I'm just kidding, right? You know I'm just kidding, right? Hey, Mayor, I am on your side. There should always be a spot for JD and PVG. And tomorrow, we're going to be going to the Olympic Stadium in the morning. PVG and I will be there and try to take you as close as we can. And maybe we can hear the rehearsals going on for the opening ceremonies taking place in about 40 minutes from now, which is pretty exciting. Yeah, everyone in the US is going to be waking up to this live stream. I'm sure that most people are asleep. All right, behind me, you can see the Fuji TV building has turned on their LEDs, and it is starting to look a little bit like a party right there. So I'm gonna stay in this spot for a little bit longer. Wow, look at that. around here. That's the spot's kind of getting a little bit too close for my own comfort. But this spot is probably the best here. Ah, どうぞ。あー、綺麗だね。ありがとうございます。All right, I'll see if I can get a photo. So you stay here. I have myself an A1. Let's try to get a shot. Get the filter on there. Looks pretty good. I think I'm gonna have to come back. I really wish I could get to a better position, and maybe another day this week I'll try to get past the Hilton and then see if I can get a better angle. But the beach is blocked off as well, which is a huge shame. Right now we're getting into the money shots. Look at the sky. Clayton, you got that right, brother. If I could only get into that chapel, or on the roof of the chapel. You know, if Spider-Man were here. Gosh, Spidey, get your butt over here. So I'm gonna take you to different areas and see maybe we can get a better shot. Sometimes you don't have the best shot. Is not the one right up where everyone is taking it. It's the one with the people in the foreground taking the picture, because then it adds action to it. And you can see now the rings don't have any color. There is a faint amount of color in those rings, but it's not enough that it doesn't show up with the iPhone. Ah, gosh, I wish I could get you oh, let's sneak in there. Yeah, when the sun goes down, it'll be really nice. And it's just so much prettier with that sunset, right? With that streak of fire right above it. I've got a longer lens, so I'll try to take some pictures at night with the 70 to 300 millimeter. Cicadas or cicadas. They started about I don't know, 10 days ago. I started to hear them. One of them attached to the screen in my bedroom and just started shrieking at around not my happy place. So I had to flick the screen, and he popped off, flew away. Yeah, the rings don't have any color to it yet. I think the color is gonna start to appear in a little bit. All right, let's come back to that. Let's do a little walk around here. I want to show you, and then you can see this is the rooms where all the foreign press is. Wow, one of the rooms is really bright. It looks like they're going to be doing a nightly broadcast from here. Each member of the media is quarantined to their room, right? Like they can't leave the room or the hotel. They're stuck here, but they can go outside for 15 minutes a day apparently, and go for a walk and get some exercise. So some of them are there on the first floor, and then some of them are shooting from their rooms. And that one room is really bright. I would like to be in that room. I'd like to be in that room. Yeah, the 4G and the 5G sorry, the 4G and the 5G are going in and out, and when it changes to the 4G, it looks like it drops off a little bit. I think we're right now on 4G, but the app doesn't give me a lot of tools to monitor. Wow, now you see Tokyo Tower. The colors have really started to pop. There's a dark cloud in the background that's really making it come to life. Do you see that? This is the perfect place, and if you do come to Tokyo, you've got to make the pilgrimage. Just a trip across the bridge to Odaiba to get that sunset picture that, I don't know, it's one of them that you'll prize from Tokyo. This one right here with the Rainbow Bridge and Tokyo Tower between it is also quite famous. And this spot is the best spot. You can get it from the shopping mall as well, but if you get it from the shopping mall, the two towers here are a little bit closer together. But this is a pretty nice spot here too. After the Olympic Games, these rings will still be here because we cannot forget the Paralympics, and those games will be taking place a few weeks after the Olympic Games. So it's not over. Hopefully, if Tokyo will have reached herd immunity, and then we're going to have spectators in the stands for the Paralympics. And I am way more excited about the Paralympics than I am the Olympics because of the because like there's some new tech, there's some new wheelchairs for some of the games, there's some new aspects of the Paralympics. I've never really watched them because it's just not something that's really televised. But now that I'm in the city where the Paralympics is taking place, I'm going to take full advantage of that and try to go in as a spectator and see some of the events. My buddy he took me to wheelchair rugby, and I was just fascinated. It's actually looked tougher than rugby because they ram into each other. I think that's a move. Oh, somebody tried to sneak in. Good. He's reporting. Has quarantine been broken. Smitty writes in here. They should have put the media in capsules. So I'm gonna be honest with you. I am the thing that disappoints me most about the Olympics here. Um, I was really excited about seeing and welcoming people from abroad, the foreign media, other tourists, even the athletes during a normal Olympics. I thought that was going to be the most fun, to be like a host, right? To be able to talk about Japan. And when you see people coming to Japan for the first time, their eyes are so bright, and there's such an excitement behind being on your first trip here in Japan. And I wanted to share that feeling with people coming to Japan for the first time for these games. And because everything is so separated, I won't be able to do that. I won't be able to share in that magic that comes from people traveling here for the first time, and then hearing stories. What did you eat? What foods surprised you? What areas were your most memorable? What did you find that was just so inspiring about this country? And I want to hear those stories from the athletes, but I don't think we're going to be able to do that this year. And that's, to me, the biggest disappointment about the situation that we find ourselves in. But you take the hand that you're dealt, and try to make the best of it and have fun with it. There's lots of things that we can do, like challenge and see how far we can get to events, get kicked out or something. How far can we get before they say, or who knows, maybe they said, you know what, you've been vaccinated twice and you seem like a stand-up guy. I'll let you in the venue. That could happen. And if it does, I'll be right nearby. I don't think it'll happen, but look, you just never know. So with that, I'm gonna take you around this area and show you, oh my gosh, this is it's even more beautiful. Holy moly. Okay, I'm trying to get some shots for you. I'm taking them in with the Sony A1. Wow, okay, I got some good shots. Let me see. I think I can do something with that with Photoshop. It's like 50 megapixels, right, this camera. Okay, I got some good shots. I'm gonna go where this guy is. He knows what he's doing. hard to get that shot. I can work with that. I can work with that. Okay. All right, let's get a. I'll put it on Instagram if you guys want to check it out. All right, let's go for a walk now. All right, this was concerning because it's blocked off. This is the Hilton. This is where all the foreign media is. A lot of the foreign media is quarantined in here. And after, oh no. Okay, the Grand Nico, from the roof on the Grand Nico, that's where we filmed NHK's Tokyo Eye in 2010 with Jennifer Julian. We sat on the roof for an hour and a half waiting for the sunset. We gave Tokyo Tower a phone call with a cell phone, and they gave us a 321, and they lit up Tokyo Tower, and we were on the roof of the Grand Nico Hotel. That was 2010. Whoa! That was the first NHK Tokyo Eye report that I did with Jennifer 11 years ago. Wow. It's pretty crazy. There goes the monorail. Sorry, the Yurikamomi line, and right above it, it is like a party. Check that out. All right, let's go over there. Wow. So if we can get to maybe 800 likes, I'll take you to the big Gundam, the statue on the other side. Maybe Gundam is in Olympic colors. So, but we need like 800 likes. That's never gonna happen. Wow. That looks like a pate. Seriously. Look at that. I love that there's some colors in between this, the futuristic poles holding it up. I forget the architectural style of this. It's the same as the Metropolitan Building, the City Hall. Brute something, I forget. There's an architectural style that I really like. It's got a strong Gotham-looking look to it, right? Thanks, Jody, for the thumbs up. We're hearing that 2032 might have already been given to Brisbane. I think that's the only location that's really a serious bidder for it. Oh, that's it, right? Brutalist. Thank you, Smitty. Thank you. Yeah, I think that's in the Brutalist style. Love it. I love it. I directed a show once. It was in the basement. I had to go into the Fuji TV building, and they had larger studios in the basement there. That's pretty cool. Brisbane. All right, congratulations to Brisbane if it's been officially announced. Brisbane also hosted the Goodwill Games quite a while ago. So they're not new to international sports competitions up there in Queensland. Let's just say 2032, I'm gonna try to make my way to Australia. We could have some 4X beers up there. Maybe a little Foster's Lager, I don't know. I just remember drinking a lot when I was in Cairns, scuba diving out there on the Great Barrier Reef. 2032 seems far away, but when Tokyo won the Olympics, when was that? Like 2008 or something? I forget. Yeah, 2008, after the Beijing Olympics, when Tokyo won. Was it after that? I can't even remember. I can't even remember. After London, I think. We kind of, it got pretty exciting, but it's unusual, I think, to have the games announced so far in advance. No, I don't. No, it's going to be Paris next, and then Los Angeles, and then Brisbane, which is, I think, the way to go. Hey, PC Gamer 41, how you doing? Arigato John for the lovely live stream. Regards to Kanai and baby Leo. I'll post a picture of Leo and I enjoying the softball game today. He was really into it. I'll put it on Instagram. Wow. Not a lot of people. Again, you can see the foreign media has who have hijacked the Hilton there. The light shining from those rooms is, I think the Today Show has one of those. It might be the one on the top there. So a lot of NBC affiliates in the Hilton, and I'm sure there's some other international news. And perhaps some of them are quarantining there in the Grand Nico across the ways. You know who stayed there? My friends Dan and Lincoln. Now I remember. I did go into the room there once. Dan and Lincoln from What's Inside, YouTube channel. Check it out. They had a room just around the bend, and it had a really nice view. I don't think it had one directly of the city from here, but it's a nice location to stay on Odaiba. Now you're isolated from the city quite a bit, which might be the purpose of the media staying here across the bay. But Scotty H, love your enthusiasm, attitude, and beautiful work. Can't wait to visit Japan. I can't wait for everybody to come here too, Scotty. I've been just excited thinking about perhaps in the fall people will be making their way to Japan again, and if we're all vaccinated, it might be okay to do meetups and say hello again, give hugs and high fives, and that's the one thing I miss the most, doing meetups and catching up with a lot of you. But if you can't be here for now, I'm here for you, for you. Your legs and your eyes with 5G right now, which probably doesn't help. Shore is here watching from Iran. Awesome. Very international. Very cool. I was on my bicycle when I was riding to get here. I went past the Olympic Village. I put some Instagram stories, which you can check out. And Team China is here. And they took over four or five floors of one of the buildings. And you can, right away, you can see the colors, red and yellow. And Team China they're here to win. You can tell from their banners. I think some of them were in Chinese. It probably said, "We're gonna kick your butt" or something, because that's what I would have wrote. "We will rock you." One of the teams wrote a banner that said, "We will rock you." That's some serious trash talking right there. How far can trash talk go without it needing to be censored by the IOC, I wonder? Here's a Starbucks. This is a nice sunset view from this Starbucks here, and This is a really nice place because you have Decks, which is another shopping mall over there, and some of the restaurants have really beautiful balconies that face towards the city. As I said, when you walk down towards here, you'll see that the bridge closes in a little bit, and Tokyo Tower goes between the towers there. You see that? So we're going to pivot, and the Olympic Games are here, and I am going to be 100% excited about the events going on here. I know that I was a little bit critical of the games taking place at all. I still don't think it's the best time for it. 1964 Olympics took place in October 10th to October 24th. 1964, I thought maybe if they could delay it, we'd all have herd immunity and it would be able to have spectators and we'd have some of that spirit of the Olympics, but we can't, and so just make do with the best that we can do and have fun with it, and that's what I tend to do. I want to go this way. Hey, what does the sign say? Danger. What? It's dangerous because you put a rope there. Hello? It's crazy. Well, we're gonna be walking in a purple zone. Check it out. Wow, we're gonna get bathed with colored lights. I like it. Ah, my retina. Oh, it's here on the side. That's why. They blocked off the beach. Do you see that? There's a white wall here, and I can't get onto the beach at all. I thought that they didn't have any events on the beach. A couple of years ago, I remember coming here doing a report, and they said that they'd found that there were contaminants in the water and the beach here that they didn't want to do the triathlon event at Odaiba Beach. So they changed the venue to somewhere else maybe, or they cleaned it up and now they're going to do it. I'm not sure. Maybe the beach volleyball is taking place here. Is that an Olympic sport? I don't know. But that's one of the things I was critical about with the Olympics. The information about what's happening, about all the changes which seem to take place suddenly, have made this really, really challenging for a lot of people, including the teams coming here. Was just too much confusion, and now that everybody is here, well, a lot of the teams are here. Some of the teams, not the full teams, were able to make it because of things happening. I think a fencer on the Chilean team couldn't make it. Maybe we can settle down and just enjoy now some little camaraderies, little rivalries, competition, see some world records, see some things, amazing things. Mary Lou Retton getting a perfect 10 off of the vault. I'm always excited with the gymnastics. Irvin Irvan just writes, you. Oh, here's eggs and things. I think this is eggs and things. You can get some pancakes and watch the sunset there. All right, if you're feeling in the mood, click that like button. You might get a kiss. I told you, this is the #1 date spot. Did they copy something from, I think they did. They copied something from Paris. You can buy a lock and put your lock on here and together. That means that you're in love. They did that on one of the bridges along the Seine River in Paris. The city got upset, so they would cut him off. I'm on a date with you, with 1,000 people. This is our date spot. Joshua Skidmore writes in here, $10. All right, thanks, Joshua. Lord. Wow. So just soak this in for a minute as I shut up, and I'll let you take in the sounds and sights. The sounds are kind of boring. Like a bus roaring by. It's better if you listen to me ramble. There's Diver City. We didn't get to 800 likes. I knew we weren't going to, but that's where the big Gundam is. The mobile suit Gundam. I don't know how you pronounce it. I think I said Gundam and somebody said, no, it's pronounced Gundam. I said Gundam and then somebody said it's pronounced Gundam. I don't really know anymore. Spelling is G-U is G. So, don't know. It looks like close to a full moon. Gundam. That's the moon, that's not... Gandamu. Gangnam. I'm just getting confused. Stop it. Oh, Anchor. I've had so many Coronas sitting here watching the sunset. I'm glad they're still in business. Once again, this is the start of the decks. And here, this shopping mall does look like they've got decks here. Wow, what a view. So with that, the Olympic Games have started today, softball and soccer, football. And it's going to be pretty exciting couple of weeks, a few weeks. And I'm going to bring you to the events, to the venues as much as I possibly can. Peter and I will be going to the Olympic Stadium tomorrow. So probably, I don't know, around 10:30 in the morning or so. So you're going to want to tune in for that. That should be pretty exciting. And we're going to go around the stadium and see what we can see. I've done this a few times, but it's been a while. I was at the stadium when they started to build it, tearing down the old stadium and with the cranes and all of the when it was just a big pit in the ground. So being a resident of Tokyo, I've seen a lot of changes in this city over the last 7 years. It has just been amazing. It's almost, if you think about how much this city has endured over the last 7 years, it's almost emotional because this place was just a big construction site. But I was on BBC World yesterday to give an interview. And by the way, they didn't tell me that I wouldn't be able to see the interviewer, so I'm on Skype, which it's a really interesting story. It was not a great interview on my part. It was adequate. It was adequate, but I wasn't able to see the interviewer. All I could hear was, the BBC dun dun, like the sounds of it, and I could hear Sarah, the announcer, but I couldn't see her mouth moving. I couldn't see any of her body movements or anything. I don't have BBC World, so I couldn't watch what was happening. So it was just weird. She asked me a question and I would answer, but I couldn't see her body language or anything on the screen, so I couldn't react to it. But when you're live on international news with millions of people watching, you can't hesitate. You just have to to go with it and smile, and that's that's what you do. I had a game plan, but my game plan was thrown out the window because it wasn't the same game. They changed the game. But when they change the game, you have to be able to be a versatile player, and when the rules change, and you have to still be able to hit home runs. Isn't it nice? Look at all the restaurants here on the deck. You can just eat here and take in the sunset. There's a Christmas tree that's here all year round, and people smooching underneath the Christmas tree in July. I think Leo and I will be able to make our way here in a couple of months when all the hubbub of the Olympic Games. You go, oh, check it out. The Olympic rings came on. So I'm gonna go back. I'm thinking, should I go back to that spot? Yeah, I'm gonna get a night picture. The colors are up. That's pretty cool. Only in Japan is bigger than any BBC. No, it's not. I appreciate that, but I'm just a small operator. No reporter who talks in a voice like this. I can't wait until the opening ceremony when a secret is revealed. This is gonna be fun. After the opening ceremony, it's gonna be fun. There's a lot of things that we just can't tell you yet, but never mind that. All right, everybody, that's about all I can show you. We walked up and down Odaiba here. This is the best spot, and despite the fact that the Hilton has been taken over by NBC and the international media, and I say it tongue-in-cheek because we're having some fun with this, we still got a pretty good site. We went as far as that we could possibly go. We can't enter into the Hilton area, but I think that this is probably the best spot in the city of Tokyo to see the sunset. And if you're, and the Olympics come once every like 50 years to Tokyo, okay? We had them in 1940 canceled, 1964, and then again in 2021. I don't know when Tokyo will have the Olympics again. So you have to kind of savor it. And these games, despite being not perfect, it's still pretty cool. And Air to the Ron, I wish you were here too. It's not ideal, but hey, we're gonna have some fun over the next 3 weeks, okay? So tomorrow, I'll see you at the Olympic Stadium. So make sure you subscribe and join the Discord server. You'll be able to get the notifications. I'll try to give you an hour's heads up if we can. Should be a lot of fun. PBG is joining me for that as well. So, good morning to those in America watching the playback, and good evening to those in Australia that is getting ready for dinner. I'll see you in the next live stream tomorrow, everybody. Enjoy the last 20 seconds of this word in English and a view of the city. I wonder if it's a commercial for the band.